What if I told you the most planted fruit tree in America is also the one most likely to fail you? Everybody puts in an apple tree. It's practically a rite of passage. But here's what the nursery conveniently forgets to mention. Apple trees demand more spraying, more pruning, and more babysitting than almost anything else you can put in the ground. There are 13 fruit trees that produce more pounds per tree than apples, with a fraction of the headaches. Trees that fruit in 2 years instead of 5. Trees that laugh at the diseases that would flatten an apple orchard. And one tree on this list, it drops over 600 pounds of fruit per mature tree and basically ignores you while doing it. Stay right here, because tree number 12 fed the entire silkworm industry across Asia for over 4,000 years. That's not a typo, 4,000 years. These are 13 fruit trees more productive than apple, and almost nobody plants them. Let's go! Before we get into this list, if you've ever planted a fruit tree that let you down, if you fought fire blight, codling moth, or just plain disappointment, you are in the right place. Hidden Harvest Vault exists to dig up the forgotten solutions that modern agriculture quietly buried. Hit that subscribe button right now and drop a comment below telling me what fruit tree has disappointed you the most. I read every single one. Now, let's count these down from impressive to absolutely jaw-dropping. 13. Serviceberry, the native survivor. You might know it as Juneberry. Up in Canada, they call it Saskatoon. But whatever name you use, this tree has been quietly feeding people on this continent for thousands of years, and the home orchard world.
Here's what makes serviceberry remarkable. It grows across zones 2 through 9. That's the widest climate tolerance of any tree on this entire list, from the Canadian prairies down to Alabama. If you have ground, you can likely grow this. The berries taste like a blueberry that got crossed with a hint of almond. They carry higher antioxidant levels than commercial blueberries, and a mature multi-stemmed plant will hand you 15 to 25 pounds annually with zero spray. No fire blight, no codling moth, no scab. It just produces. Plant it in full sun to partial shade. It tolerates almost any soil. The only competition you'll face is the birds. They know what this berry is worth. Pick when the fruit turns deep purple and don't wait long. For anyone exhausted by apple disease cycles, serviceberry is the native producer that simply does its job. 12. Mulberry, the 600-pound machine. Let me say this plainly. A mature mulberry tree can yield 300 to 600 pounds of fruit in a single season. The silkworm industry didn't cultivate these trees across Asia for 4 millennia by accident. Nothing else grew with that kind of reliability and that kind of abundance. Mulberry thrives in zones 4 through 9. The Illinois everbearing variety survives minus 25 degrees Fahrenheit. The fruit doesn't ripen all at once. It trickles in over 6 to 8 weeks, which means your harvest season stretches dramatically instead of hitting you all at once like apples do. Harvest method? Lay a tarp. Shake the branches and collect pounds of berries in minutes. The flavor lands somewhere between blackberry and honey. It works in pies, wine, jams, smoothies, anything. The trees require no spray schedule. They shrug off the diseases that devastate other fruit. Yes, birds will take their share, but when your tree is producing 600 pounds, there is more than enough to go around. 11. American persimmon, the food of the gods. The Latin name, Diosporos, translates to food of the gods. Captain John Smith was writing about persimmons in 1607, noting that colonists prized them above every other native fruit. That reputation didn't come from nowhere. American persimmon grows in zones 4 through 9. It tolerates drought. It thrives in poor soil. A mature tree yields 35 to 75 pounds annually, with zero spray required. Here's the one thing you need to know. Patience. Persimmons are astringent until fully ripe. Wait until the fruit softens, or better yet, let it fall on its own, and it transforms into something tasting of honey, apricot, and brown sugar all at once.
The fruit dries beautifully for long-term winter storage. There are virtually no pest or disease issues because this tree evolved here, alongside our native ecosystem. It genuinely does not need your help. Plant it and walk away. Come back in a few years. You'll understand why the colonists loved it. Number 10. Asian pear, the apple you actually wanted. If you love the crunch of apples, but you're done fighting the diseases, Asian pear is the answer you've been looking for. These trees have been cultivated across Asia for over 3,000 years. They produce fruit with that satisfying apple crispness, but with the juiciness of a pear. And they do it at scale, 150 to 300 pounds per mature standard tree. They grow in zones 5 through 9, with some varieties handling zone 4 winters. They suffer far fewer pest and disease problems than apples planted in the same yard. The fruit stores for months under refrigeration without going soft, and they start bearing in 3 to 4 years, not the 5 to 7 years apples demand. Plant 2 different varieties for cross-pollination. Thin the fruit aggressively for best size. These trees live 50 years or more with decent care. That's generations of harvests from one decision you...
9. Jujube, the drought champion. The Chinese have grown jujube for over 4,000 years. They called it the poor man's fruit because anyone can grow it, regardless of skill, soil, or water availability. Once established, jujube requires almost no irrigation, even in desert conditions. It tolerates heat, drought, and poor soil that would kill most fruit trees outright. A mature tree produces 40 to 100 pounds annually while largely ignoring you. Fresh jujubes taste like a sweet, crisp apple. Dried, they taste like a date. Most varieties are self-fertile. One tree, one harvest, no complications. They grow in zones 5 through 9, covering the majority of the continental United States. Virtually no American insect recognizes them as food, so pest pressure is almost non-existent. Dried fruit stores for years without refrigeration. If you're gardening in tough conditions, poor soil, limited water, brutal heat, jujube is the tree that thrives precisely. 7. Elderberry, the homestead pharmacy. Elderberry syrup has exploded in popularity recently, but herbalists and traditional healers across Europe and America have known about these berries for centuries. The immune-supporting properties are well documented, and the flavor is genuinely excellent. Elderberry grows in zones 3 through 9, among the hardiest fruit producers available. It tolerates wet soil that would rot the roots of most fruit trees. A mature plant produces 12 to 15 pounds of berries annually, which translates to gallons of syrup for your family. Zero spray, minimal pest pressure. Plants establish quickly and can begin producing in year 2. One critical note: elderberries must be cooked before eating. Raw berries cause stomach upset. Respect that, and this plant becomes one of the most useful things on your property. Plant multiple varieties for cross-pollination. Net them before the birds arrive, because the birds absolutely know what these are worth. 6. Pawpaw, America's forgotten tropical. George Washington ate pawpaws. Thomas Jefferson grew them at Monticello. Lewis and Clark survived on them during the expedition westward, and somehow, in the span of a century, we completely forgot this fruit existed. Pawpaw is the largest edible fruit native to North America. The flavor is tropical custard, mango, banana, vanilla, growing in a temperate climate backyard. Nothing else produces that flavor profile outside of the tropics. The trees yield 25 to 50 pounds annually once mature. They thrive in zones 5 through 9, naturally growing in forest understories. They have zero pest problems. No native insect evolved to attack them.
The fruit doesn't ship well, which is exactly why grocery stores ignore it, and exactly why home growers have the entire advantage. You need two different varieties for cross-pollination. Young trees prefer partial shade. The flavor is unlike anything else you can grow in a temperate garden. The Founding Fathers knew something we forgot.
5. Medlar, the medieval treasure. Shakespeare mentioned medlars. Medieval European gardens considered them essential. Then modernity arrived, and we collectively forgot they existed. Medlar trees produce 20 to 40 pounds of fruit annually, while requiring almost nothing from you. They grow in zones 4 through 8, handling cold winters and various soil types with equal ease. Completely pest and disease-free in modern gardens, nothing bothers them. The fruit requires bletting, letting it soften after harvest until the flesh turns brown and sweet. That sounds alarming until you actually taste it. Properly bletted medlar tastes like spiced apple butter, layered with wine and honey. It's unlike anything else. The trees are genuinely beautiful. Large white flowers in spring, attractive architectural form, exfoliating bark for winter interest. If you want to grow something your neighbors have genuinely never seen or tasted, medlar is the medieval treasure waiting.
4. Cornelian cherry, the first sign of spring. Despite the name, this is actually a dogwood, not a cherry, and it earns its place on this list by doing something no other fruiting tree can claim. It blooms brilliant yellow in February or March, before forsythia, before anything else signals that winter is releasing its grip. The ornamental value alone is worth planting one, but it also produces 20 to 40 pounds of tart red fruit annually, rivaling mulberry at its peak. It grows in zones 5 through 9. The fruit tastes like watermelon crossed with fig, genuinely unlike anything else in the home orchard. Zero pest pressure, zero disease problems. American insects simply don't recognize it as food. No spray, minimal care, minimal pruning. Some varieties have thorns that naturally deter deer, though thornless cultivars are available if that's a concern. For anyone who wants mulberry-level production with even fewer complications, Che is the tree that serious fruit growers are quietly adding to their properties right now.
1. Mulberry, the complete package. I listed mulberry at number 12 by raw production numbers, but for everything a home orchardist actually needs, it belongs here at number 1. No other tree matches mulberry for sheer productivity combined with zero maintenance demand. 600 pounds from a single mature tree, adaptable from zone 4 through 9. No spray schedule, no fire blight, no codling moth, no scab. Fruit that ripens over weeks instead of all at once. Self-fertile, one tree produces abundantly on its own. Propagates from simple cuttings so you can share with everyone you know. The only reason nurseries don't push mulberry is that you buy one tree and you never need their chemicals again. That is exactly why you should plant one. These 13 trees represent centuries of fruit-growing wisdom that the chemical industry quietly buried. Your great-grandparents grew persimmons, mulberries, and quinces because those trees produced, reliably, year after year, without purchasing a single input. Then chemical companies convinced an entire generation that fruit required spray schedules and specialized fertilizers, and suddenly everyone was planting apple trees that need constant intervention to survive. You never needed apple trees. You never did. Pick 2 or 3 trees from this list that match your climate zone. Order bare root stock this winter. Plant in early spring. By year 3, you will have more fruit than you know what to do with. These trees have been feeding families for thousands of years. They are ready to feed you.
If this video showed you what the nurseries never mention, hit that subscribe button right now. Every week at Hidden Harvest Vault, we dig up the forgotten knowledge that the modern food system buried. And I want to hear from you.
Drop a comment below telling me which tree you're planting first. I read every comment and I reply to as many as I can. The harvest is out there. You just have to know where to look.